All right, hopefully everyone gets a chance to jump in as soon as they can. But I'm going to go ahead and start. I am here just to answer some questions. I usually do a lot of lives on TikTok. I'm sure some of you have been following me on TikTok. And for those of you who don't know the drama that's going on TikTok is I have often worn my muscle suit because it really helps explain what's going on with the body. Apparently, it was some kind of weird anime suit, and there are a lot of anime fans on TikTok who are super ecstatic about my outfit, that I've been getting thousands of followers and thousands of people who jump on my live just to play along with me in cosplay. Anyway, so long story short, I have decided that I'm going to do more lives here in this Facebook group, just to really nurture the ladies who I know are actually needing this information, because on TikTok I'm noticing that I get a lot of younger people. I mean, I have like, I don't know, 180 something thousand followers on there. I don't know what percentage. I think the large majority of them are moms who really want help. But I'm glad that you guys are here, and I just want to be here to answer questions without the distraction of the anime fans who are super excited about my outfit that I normally wear. I didn't wear it today. Maybe I should wear it next time. But either way, it really helps when I'm explaining certain things about like what diastasis recti is. But I'm assuming that if you're in my Facebook group, you probably already know what diastasis recti is. A lot of people on my TikTok, they're new, they don't know anything about diastasis recti, and that it is a common cause of the mommy pouch. So I'm really just kind of explaining some of the fundamental things over there. But I want to be here to answer any questions that you have about diastasis recti, any of the programs that we have, any questions whatsoever, let me know. I will answer them to the best of my ability. And if I don't know the answer, I will just pass it on. Dr. Lexi, you know, is here in this group. She is a pelvic floor physical therapist. She's awesome, especially when it comes to more detailed situations with the pelvic floor, which is intimately connected to your deep core. And also we have Dr. Guy is in here in the group. If you have any questions for her, she's a chiropractor. We have Dr. Marin. She's a medical doctor. She's here in the group. She's been known to answer a question or two as it relates to diet and health and things like that. So we have a lot of awesome resources. I know there are some other mama doctors here in this group as well. And there are so many more mamas who have a lot of experience with diastasis recti and healing, a lot of before and after pictures, and just being able to answer questions in general just because of mamas and having gone through it. So I'm going to start by answering some questions that were asked already. I know not everybody can be on at this time, but it's an ideal time for me because my chubby wubby baby for number 4 usually takes a nap around this time. I have 4 kids. A couple of them are watching the Olympics right now, so I have a little quiet. I'm still outside though, like I'm on the porch, but I'm going to start by answering a few questions. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to drop it in the comments. If by chance you are a member of the 8-week core challenge, I know not everybody who has purchased the full 8-week core challenge is actually a part of my VIP group, so feel free to jump in the VIP group. I have it linked in the announcements. If you have paid for the 8-week core challenge, go in my VIP group. I just did a live over there about an hour ago, and I gave some updated information, ways to progress in that program and just really get the success that you're wanting. But I am noticing that not everybody, most of the ladies who buy the 8-week core challenge don't join the group, but it's good because there's some really good information just for those who buy the 8-week core challenge. So please jump in that group, check out the live video. I left it there so that you can view it even after the fact. Go in there and check out the updates that I have added to the program so that you can really be successful. And also there's an in-depth assessment in there that I don't have, nobody else has access to, no other group has access to. So please, if you have bought the 8-week 8-week core challenge, go in the VIP group. I will accept you because I know who all has been, well, you will get accepted in that group if you have purchased the 8-week core challenge. But there's an in-depth assessment in there as well that will really help me see, like if you do that assessment, that will help me see where you are and how we can really progress you as quickly as possible to get the strength and the results that you want, okay? So jump over there, if you have bought the 8-week core challenge already, okay? Hey, Vanya, I'm glad that you're here. I wrote down your question because I know that you missed the live in the VIP group. So I actually wrote it down so I could answer it here. So I'm going to get to that question first. Ivania, she asked the question, and I'm going to get to you first since you are actually here live on this. So my question has to do with the depth and width of my DR has become less, but the width is the same. Okay. But the width is the same, about 4 fingers. I want to close that because I want my waist back. I know, I totally feel you. I'm like a year and a few months postpartum from baby number 4, and I'm actually working on my diastasis, again, using my own program. I am 10 years postpartum, twins, C-section delivery with tummy pouch. I've been doing the 8-week core challenge since February, redoing level 3, which I enjoy. Okay, awesome. All right, so just to clear this up in the beginning, because this is really good. Ivania, I mentioned this, I responded to your comment a little bit in our VIP group, but I want you to know that depth is actually, in my opinion, from the latest research, more important, or it's really significant, even more so than width, okay? And this is why I wear my suit normally, my muscle suit, because that really shows. With your diastasis recti, so pretend this, okay, I'm going to show you from using my stomach. I don't have my suit on. Oh, I think I bought a new suit. It should have come in the mail. I should have run and grab it. But so let's just say this is my rectus abdominis here. You have your 6-pack muscles. When your 6-pack muscles during pregnancy, they literally will separate a bit. And in between here, where your rectus abdominis used to be close together, now it's separated. This is what you're measuring. You're measuring the distance in between here. Hopefully you can see that. You're measuring the distance in between your rectus abdominis where it used to be close together. Now it's coming apart. And this area in between is what we refer to as kind of like our diastasis recti. This is where the coning occurs, like the doming when you do a crunch and you see that bulging in the center. That occurs between the rectus abdominis. So in between, when we do our self-test, that's what we're measuring. We're measuring to see how far apart your rectus abdominis is, okay? So what you're saying is yours is about 4 fingers apart. So here's 4 fingers. So let's just say this is in the center. My rectus abdominis, or my 6-pack muscles, are now here possibly, as opposed to being right next to each other. So what Ivania is saying, she's asking, why isn't it coming closer together? However, she's saying that her depth, which we test when we do a self-test, we check to see not only how wide our diastasis is, but how far your finger can go in between the diastasis. And we measure that often in like knuckles, or if it's just a fingertip depth, you know, a knuckle there or 2 knuckles. So we put our finger down in between to see how deep it can go. And what Ivania is saying here, what you're saying, Ivania, is that the depth has gone down, but the width has not yet, okay? I just want you to know that you are doing an awesome job. That is actually very ideal, because what happens, I get this question sometimes. Why is it that I have, let's say, one person asked me this question. I have 2-finger separation, and the next person has 4-finger separation, but their abs are flatter than mine. Why is that? The difference is depth, okay? As you are getting as your diastasis recti here in the center gets stronger, it can hold your stomach in better, regardless of if your rectus abdominis has come closer together or not. But what you are demonstrating is that you are seeing progress. Now, it's not going to go back together overnight, and it doesn't always go totally back together for everybody. What I do want to see for you, Ivania, is to get you down to at least a 2. A 2-finger separation can still leave you with a stronger, flatter core, and it's still in the normal range as long as your depth is pretty shallow, okay? So whatever you're doing, you need to keep doing. You're doing a great job. Now, I heard that you say that you are redoing level 3. Is level 3 a challenge for you? That would be my question. When you're done with level 3, I know you're saying you're redoing it, but when you're done doing level 3, do you feel like your muscles are fatigued? Do you feel even a little bit shaky when you're trying to do that last repetition of those exercises? If not, I want you to move on. I want you to go on to level 4, 5, 6, because what we want to do is we want to keep challenging your core. If you stop challenging your core and it's not, there's no struggle there, then you're not going to continue seeing the advances that you have been seeing up to this point. So the takeaway here for you, Ivania, and for everybody else is when you see your depth is decreasing, or your width is decreasing, those are both wonderful signs, okay? So that means you're on the right track, and they may not both do that at the same time, but you're gonna keep seeing advances as long as you keep advancing your exercises. Okay, cool. I'm sweating at the end on most days, LOL. Where do I find the other levels? Okay, you just want to go to the very next week, okay? Because every week that I have, like, I might, I forget what I talk about as far as, because it's a holistic program, as you know. I don't just give you exercises, but we talk about nutrition and weight loss. We talk about sleep, and we talk about stress. So even though the next week might say something like stress, there's also exercises embedded in there. So there are exercises for every single day of your course. So just go on to the next week, okay? And I want you, sweating is good, but I want you even at the very end, just kind of like struggling just a little bit, just shaking just a little bit, so that we know that your muscles are really getting fatigued, but not too much. You still want to be able to engage your transverse abdominis and your pelvic floor throughout the duration of that exercise. So you want to be able to do the exercise correctly, but you want it to be a bit of a challenge. So if you feel strong enough to move on to the next week, I'd rather you progress, because I want it to keep getting a little bit harder for you, okay? And if you get to the next week and it doesn't feel harder, guess what? Skip it. Go to the next week. I want you to keep moving until you feel a challenge. Go all the way to week 8. I don't care, as long as you're feeling a challenge. Week 8 actually has a whole new set of progressions of exercises there. You can start at level 1 if you want to, and you can see if that gives you a really good challenge. That's kind of what I talked about in our VIP group. So as not to bog down this, I don't want to talk too much about the 8-week core challenge in this group, because not everybody is actually a member of the 8-week core challenge, but go into our VIP group, Ivania, and check out that video, because that's specific to my 8-week challenge ladies, okay? But you sound like you're doing amazing, so keep doing what you're doing. I'm so excited that your depth is going down. I'm so excited because that means you are on the right track. Keep going. Make sure that what you're doing is increasing the load. It's just like if you were to exercise your biceps, you know? You don't want to keep lifting a 5-pound weight over and over. You want to increase it to 10 pounds, then 15 pounds, then 20 pounds, so that you can keep getting the advances that you are looking for, okay? I'm so excited for your progress, though.